The top NFL offenses going into 2020. Subscribe to Sports Mafia for more videos. Minnesota Vikings. The remarkably balanced Minnesota Vikings offense was one of just 4 units to average 8 yards per pass attempt and 4.5 yards per rush attempt in 2019. Quarterback Kirk Cousins was the league's 4th highest rated passer, while Dalvin Cook was one of just 7 backs to average more than 80 rushing yards per outing. The offensive line has improved but still far from elite across the board, and there are natural questions about receiving depth with rookie Justin Jefferson trying to fill Stefon Diggs' shoes. But Cousins, Cook, and top receiver Adam Thielen are stars. Jefferson, Kyle Rudolph, and second-year second-round tight end Irv Smith Jr. all have elite potential, and this offense also deserves credit for how it finished in 2019. After a rocky September, Cousins completed more than 70% of his passes, averaged an NFC best 8.3 yards per attempt, threw 23 touchdown passes to 4 interceptions, and recorded a 112.8 passer rating. They were the league's 6th highest scoring team during that stretch, and they should be in that range again thanks to talent, continuity, and an upward trajectory heading into 2020. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers gained 20-plus yards on a league-high 85 offensive plays in 2019. And while they might not be quite as explosive with the 43-year-old Tom Brady at quarterback, they should also cut down considerably on their turnovers. They led the NFL with 41 of those last season, but Brady's a lot more careful than Jameis Winston. The league's 3rd highest scoring team from 2019 certainly shouldn't be any worse off with Brady. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin were 2 of 4 qualified receivers to average more than 85 yards per game last year. Running back Ronald Jones II flashed late, and now a strong tight end depth chart has been bolstered by the addition of Rob Gronkowski. Oh, and don't overlook an underrated offensive line that contains 2 potential franchise tackles, a reliable young left guard, and a center who was named to Pro Bowl Focus's All-Pro second team in 2019. With mastermind Bruce Arians overseeing it all, there's a good chance this is a top 5 offense even if Brady continues to decline at 43. Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson continued to perform at a super elite level last season with a 106.3 passer rating and a 31-5 touchdown to interception ratio throughout the year. One of the game's biggest playmakers, he also tied for the league lead in 4th quarter comebacks and game-winning drives. That wouldn't be enough to get the Seattle offense a spot on this list without a supporting cast. And while Wilson isn't surrounded by as much talent as the other teams on this list, a historically bad offensive line at least has a pillar at left tackle in Dwayne Brown, a shallow receiving corps at least has 2 shining talents in Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, and the backfield is pretty stacked with Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, and Carlos Hyde. Now we'll see if Carson and Penny can get healthy, if Metcalf can continue to take off as a sophomore, and if the line can gain some more stability. Baltimore Ravens. Jackson led the NFL with 36 passing touchdowns while ranking 6th in rushing with 1,206 yards on the ground. That being the case, there's no way this offense can't be viewed as a top 5 unit. But it isn't at the top because the whole league will be plotting to solve Jackson. Legendary guard Marshall Yanda has retired, veteran back Mark Ingram II is now 30, and the receiving corps still lacks elite talent. What's more, Baltimore's offense was healthier in 2019 than every other offensive group in the league. There's a chance it won't be as lucky in 2020, but the talent is still undeniable. New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints have mastered offense. That Sean Payton-run, Drew Brees-led unit is more efficient than any offense in football. They aren't particularly explosive now that Brees is 41, but in 2019 they become the first offense in NFL history to commit fewer than 10 turnovers in a season. Amazingly, that was the highest rated season of Brees' career, and even though he missed 5 games due to a hand injury, only the Ravens and 49ers scored more points than New Orleans. Michael Thomas is the league's most productive receiver, Alvin Kamara is a perennial Pro Bowler in the backfield, tight end Jared Cook is coming off a 9-touchdown season, and that supporting cast should be stronger with veteran wideout Emmanuel Sanders joining the fray. There simply isn't a weak spot, even along an offensive line that ranked 1st in run blocking and 3rd in pass protection. Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs led the AFC with a yards per play average of 6.2 while scoring the 5th highest point total in football. That's because of the offense, which was stacked beyond Mahomes with stars Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce in the pass-catching corps and Mitchell Schwartz highlighting a strong offensive line. En route to the franchise's first Super Bowl victory in half a century, it averaged a ridiculous 39 points per game in the playoffs. Guard Laurent Duvernay Tardif and running back Damian Williams were critical cogs during that run, and both have opted out of the 2020 campaign. Even if hyped rookie back Clyde Edwards-Helaire delivers, that could be problematic for an offense that will have a target on its back after scrambling to deal with those opt-outs under extreme training camp limitations. That said, nobody would fault you for listing Kansas City in the top spot anyway, based on Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey, and Schwartz alone. Dallas Cowboys. Nobody has a three-headed monster like Prescott, Elliott, and Cooper, and when you combine that with the fact that the line remains stacked thanks to the presence of Tyron Smith and Zach Barton, you could see how the Cowboys actually have the most evenly spread elite offensive talent in the NFL. Under seemingly evolved new head coach Mike McCarthy, the Dallas offense could be unstoppable in 2020. Prescott's 8.2 yards per attempt average ranked 5th in the league as he threw 30 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions in a strong 2019 campaign, while Elliott made his 3rd Pro Bowl with 1,777 scrimmage yards, and Cooper put up nearly 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns as another Pro Bowler. Oh, and that line ranked 2nd in terms of both run blocking and pass protection. The broader 2019 numbers reinforce it all. The Cowboys blew away the rest of the league with a 6.5 yards per play average and ranked 2nd to only the Baltimore Ravens in offense. And we haven't even mentioned promising rookie first-round receiver CeeDee Lamb and complimentary pass-catching weapon Michael Gallup, who is also coming off an 1,100-yard season. It's an embarrassment of riches. That's it for today's Sports Mafia video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to see more Sports Mafia content, click the circle subscribe button so you never miss a single video. Hope you enjoyed.